Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the latest on the Kyle Dubas situation in Toronto, as day by day things seem to be getting more and more interesting in this whole drama between the breakup or the divorce between Kyle Dubas and Brendan Shanahan and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we're going to talk about that today. So apparently there's been some interesting reports in terms of what's gone on with the Kyle Dubas situation, because it seems like, according to Kyle Dubas, there's been the sentiment that he wanted to stay in Toronto and he would go nowhere else. But based off of that, the situation around his contract and what his agent had reportedly offered Shanahan and the Maple Leafs, really kind of made it where the Leafs said, yeah, no, we are not going down that path. And we're really questioning how interested you are in our franchise if you're going to really look for $7 million per season on your deal when we were just offering you $3 million. You've completely changed the framework of our contract. So how interested are you really in being a part of this Maple Leafs franchise? And it kind of seemed like with what Shanahan said, and based off of the little inklings we've heard from Dubas's camp, it seems like kind of a conflict of interest, and somebody's right and somebody's wrong. Well, it might be exactly that. So this is from Frank Saravelli on Twitter the other day. He said the NHLPA confirms it is reviewing former Leafs GM Kyle Dubas' relationship with his agent for potential violation, as Wasserman Hockey also represents prominent NHL players, including Leafs forever Austin Matthews. So basically what we've heard is, apparently, this seems like a situation where Kyle Dubas did actually genuinely want to go to the Toronto Maple Leafs and stay there. But his agent was kind of saying, listen, let's press for more money. Let's try and get something here out of the Leafs. Let's make them work for it. And I think Dubas, maybe somewhat soft-heartedly agreeing with that, really backed himself into a corner where the Leafs kind of heard that offer and they said, no, like last minute big curveball to the contract. No, we are not doing this. We really don't think you're that interested in being here. You're just kind of looking at, you want the bag and you want the control of the franchise. So I think this is a little bit interesting to see how this is all going to fall with the NHLPA involved. But it's definitely going to be a storyline to watch. I'm going to keep you guys updated with this because at this point, there's been reports saying there's as much as a 90% chance that Kyle Dubas ends up going to the Pittsburgh Penguins. As now that Kyle Dubas is kind of ass out on a new deal, maybe the agent's incentive of looking for more money from Toronto backfired. And not only did it cost the agent potentially that $7 million per year from the Maple Leafs, but also Kyle Dubas maybe losing that dream job of being in Toronto. So I think everything works out for a reason. I think that for the Leafs, it sucks that they're going to lose this guy. But I think in Dubas's perspective, he didn't want to bet on himself again. He's bet on himself for a year, knowing that for a year he hasn't had a contract extension. And then they were going to probably offer him maybe a one-year deal extension to stay. Why is that something that would be of interest? That's a lot of taxing emotionally on his family. I totally understand why Dubas wouldn't want to do that as well. So I think this might actually be a benefit for Dubas. He's going to go into maybe obviously a smaller market in Pittsburgh, a lot less pressure, more control over the franchise. I think just overall, this is going to be a win-win for everybody. And maybe right now it hurts and it stings, and you kind of look at what could have been and what was. But I think this is a situation that's going to end up benefiting for everybody. I think he goes to Pittsburgh. I think he's going to find some success there. It definitely fits with Fenway Sports and with what they're trying to do and the way they kind of handle things. The new owners of the Pittsburgh Penguins. This is not going to be the same Pittsburgh Penguins. Mario Lemieux, former Penguin ownership run situation. This is a different organization. They're much more analytical, and they're definitely in the mentality and the caliber of a Kyle Dubas situation. I think it's a perfect match. It's just kind of interesting to see how things have kind of unraveled in Toronto. But of course, I want to hear what you guys think down below. What do you guys think of Kyle Dubas with the Toronto Maple Leafs and this whole situation? Also, make sure to check out our sponsorship with Built Bar. Built Bar a 10% discount code at checkout. Use GLH at checkout. I really do appreciate that. If you guys do that, it really does help me out. They're a great company. They've got a lot of interesting new Built bars coming out, a lot of new flavors. They've got animal cookie. They've got cookie dough chunk poof bars. The puffs are really, really nice. Really good stuff. So make sure to check that all out. And make sure to subscribe and like this video as well, as we're getting into the off season. There is no off season in the NHL. That's my tagline. There is no off season because now we're hearing about Kyle Dubas. We're hearing about the draft, the NHL awards. There is a lot to unpack as we head into the summertime here on the NHL, and I'm so happy to be covering this. I really enjoy it, and I hope you guys join us as well. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you again next time.